Hola, hola, hola! Guess where we're going this time? So I left North America for the first time and came to Europe, and now I'm setting foot on continent number three, Africa. We went to Morocco this weekend, and it was amazing. Favorite trip so far, and you're gonna see why. So we flew out Thursday night, and we got in on very late on Thursday to Marrakesh, and we stayed in an Airbnb that was like a little bit out of the middle of the town. And then the next day, we got picked up for our first tour at 9 a.m. And this tour was with Dunes and Desert, so they took us out to their base camp in the desert, and they met us with some mint tea when we got there and explained everything to us. And it was a super cool place. Highly recommend Dunes and Deserts. And so the first thing that we did was go camel riding. Yes. Oh my god. This has been on my bucket list forever. And it's one thing like I had to do. Literally, I would have gone to Morocco just to ride the camels. Only reason. Clearly we did other stuff, but like the camels are what made it worth it. So we rode about 45 minutes on the camels, and then we went to a Berber village, which is where this is, and we had a little midday snack. It was crepes and honey, and we got to sit on the ground on the pillows, and then the guy like showed us how to make the mint tea that Morocco is so famous for. So he like showed us how to mix it and what goes in it, and needless to say, there's a lot of sugar and a lot of mint, which is what makes it so strong, but so good. Honestly, I'm not a tea person, but I loved the Moroccan mint tea. Honestly, I loved all the food in Morocco. They have great food. I can't get over it. But yeah, I even got to take my turn like pouring it, and he was having people see how high they could pour it from because you're supposed to do that, and it was super cool. And they also gave us these head scarves that they like wrapped around us before we went, and that was just like part of the experience, I thought. But I really liked it because they looked cool, and I felt some Aladdin vibes going on, and it was blue, which is my favorite color, so it was like perfect. But yeah, it was super cool, and the crepes were really good, and I ate a lot of them. Probably shouldn't have because we had lunch later, like not very much later, but yeah, really, Dudes and Desert does a great job, and they took so many pictures of us. Like, it's so nice. Like, it wasn't expensive. They had two professional photographers following us around, and it was like 25 or 250 dirhams, which is 25 US dollars for all three of us. Like, so we split the 25 between us, and it was super cheap, and we got a ton of pictures, and they were like willing to take pictures on your phone and stuff. It was perfect. Also,
Okay,
while we
John,
were on our break, I got
come
stolen
here.
away by one of the workers to ride on his motorcycle thing, and they really
Sorry.
have soft spot for blondes. That's not a joke. They really do love us. And after we were outside the group, he let me drive his motorcycle. Thank God I know how to drive stick, and he definitely wasn't supposed to, and he told me not to tell dudes and deserts that he did, but it was super cool, and I liked it, and it was an experience. Definitely something crazy, but it was fun.
Okay, break, break. Break. Yes, we are good.
So after the camel ride, we went back to the base camp and washed up, and then we ate lunch. Which some excursions like you book lunch and it's not very good. It's just cheap food, but this was real food and it was a real meal and it was really good. So we started with bread and salad, and then they served us a Moroccan tangine, which is like the main Moroccan dish, and it's cooked in this little ceramic thing. Oh my god, I can't words can't even describe how good tangines are. And so like they gave us a veggie one and a chicken one, and everybody that knows me knows that I hate vegetables, but I even ate the vegetables because it was that good. And it was just like it fell off the bone, and it was seasoned so good, unlike Spain, who has no seasoning in anything. And speaking of bones, there was this stupid cat that was begging worse than any dog I've ever seen, and he sneakily stole a bone off my plate and then ate the entire thing. Ugh, it was so gross. And for the second half of the day, we did quad biking through the desert. So they like gave us helmets in this windbreaker because thank God I was wearing white. Didn't want to get that dirty. But yeah, so they took us out, and at first it was kind of slow, which is kind of our fault because Samir had never ridden before, and he was like worried about it. But then I kind of hinted at our break that I wanted to go faster, and he delivered on the way back. But it was kind of really cool, even going slow on the way there, because we got to go through the villages, and like there was a shepherd, like with his sheep in the field, and kids that wanted to wave to us, and women carrying water to their houses. And it was really like authentic. You got to how to see like how they really lived, and it was so cool but so heartbreaking at the same time to see that like that's their culture. And wow, it was an experience to say the least. And then on the way back, I got to do some jumps and speed up real fast, and oh, I miss four-wheeling. I wish my four-wheelers weren't broken. Well, I'm going to have to buy one. Not that I'll have any money left after this trip, but I miss four-wheeling that much. So after doing some desert, we were all both like we were all so tired. It was a draining day, and we didn't feel like going very far. So we just went to the cafe that was right next to our Airbnb, which is called Cafe Lobo, and it's kind of our hot spot. Honestly, we ate there like 3 times on this trip. We were only there for 2 days, but I got a kebab and I got a stracciatella smoothie, which is like milk based with chocolate in it, and it was really good and high quality food. We didn't feel like walking around or anything at night either because we didn't really know how it was going to be, so it was nice just to chill. And the next morning we started off again at Cafe Lobo. I told you we ate here a lot, and I got some crepes and bananas, and then we got in a cab and headed on to our meeting point for our guided tour. So today we pretty much like went through the city and saw all the sights in Marrakesh, and we hired a tour guide because 3 girls walking around. We weren't really sure how it was going to be, but it was really nice to have him. He knew a lot. He did a little bit more of the historic part, like he wanted to go to the historic parts and tell us all about all the places, which is cool. Like that's what we signed up for. But I more wanted to see like the markets and stuff. But he was still really like it was still a great tour, and he took us to the Bahia Palace, which is beautiful. Oh my God, the ceilings were insane. Like I couldn't get enough of them, and each one was different. So like the Bahia Palace was built the late 19th century, and it took 16 years to complete and over 6,000 workers. So like it's super ornate, and all of them are so pretty. Like my neck hurt from looking up at the ceilings like the entire time. The guy who built it also had 4 wives and like 22 concubines. So he's a busy dude, but like the palace is where they all stayed. So it's actually named after his first wife, which is the favorite wife. But yeah, it was really pretty and ornate. And then we went to the Body Palace, which is the complete opposite. It was destroyed. It used to be ornate and a lot like the Bahia, but when power switched over, they completely destroyed it and ruined it. But it was still really pretty and cool in like its own way, kind of like ancient ruins kind of way. And it had this garden that was like sunken down in a big courtyard, and I liked it. And then we finished the historic tour by going to the Qdoban Mosque, which was pretty cool. It wasn't much to see, but you know, it was cool. It's the tallest building in Marrakesh, fun fact. It's not very tall, but they don't really build up that much. And that was our last historic stop. So after that, we did get to do some shopping, which I told you is what I really wanted to do. So I told the guide that I wanted argan oil and spices to bring home. So he took me to a place that sells argan oil that's really good. You have to be careful with what you buy in Morocco because, especially for white tourists, like they're trying to trick you. Like sometimes they'll sell you cooking oil instead of argan oil. So I was glad that our guide like took us there. And so we listened to the whole presentation and everything. And yeah, I bought some argan oil, so hopefully my hair gets healthier. And then he like explained to us this thing where they like cook a lamb underground, and yeah, he like showed it to us, and we could have bought some, but Samara didn't want it, so we passed. And then he showed us a different restaurant to eat lunch instead, which was Tanheen Darna, and it was overlooking the Himalpana, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's the big square in the middle of the market there. And this place, oh my gosh. My food was so, so good. Like, I swear, this is the best meal I've ever had. It was a lamb tangine with dried grapes, almonds, and caramelized onions. And I swear the whole thing just melted apart in my mouth. Oh my god, I can't get over how good it was. Like, I think Moroccan food might just be my new favorite food because of that. It was so amazing. But yeah, and then we walked to the Arden Mayarelli, which is another big site in Morocco. And I stopped and got a Berber pastry, which it was like a Swiss roll type of thing. And it was also really, really good. And it was also 3 dirhams, which in US dollars is 3 cents. So it was super, super cheap. But it was because we like had to walk through the local neighborhood to get to the Arden Mayarelli. It wasn't in the big like Medina touristy area. So that's why it was so cheap, but it was so good. Yeah, so then we made it to the garden, which was, you guessed it, beautiful. It's so weird. One of the things that I noticed about Morocco is like, especially Marrakesh, um, it's so hustle and bustle and loud and like all at you, and then you go like a street over or you go into this garden and it's completely silent. Like it's so calm and tranquil and just like relaxing. There's sleeping cats and like just everybody's so quiet, and it's like literally 500 feet away is the market and people running around and yelling and honking their horns, and it's crazy. But yeah, we walked through the garden. We took some beautiful pictures. The one thing I really love about the garden is like the accents of the bright colors and stuff, because it just like I've noticed it in all the Moroccan culture. It's like they love their bright colors, which is perfect for me because I'm such a colorful person. My mom always says that, but I liked it a lot. After the garden, our day was pretty much over. We hopped in a taxi and went back to the Airbnb to get ready for our flight and stuff. But I just wanted to say a few like little notes about Morocco in case anybody ever goes. So the taxis there are super, super cheap, except at the airport. They're gonna try to rip you off at the airport and tell you that it's like 200 dirhams, which it's totally not. But all the other taxis were super cheap, like 40 dirhams, which is $4 and stuff. But make sure you have change for bills, because if you give them a big bill, they're not going to want to give you change and they're going to try to upcharge you, which sucks. It actually is a lot safer than I thought it was going to be. I thought they were going to be, all the people were going to be all up in your business like when we were walking around the market, but they really weren't. I mean, they just like comment as you walked by. You know, like I got some comments. Oh, Hannah Montana, I love your hair. Hey, white girl, I love you. Come look over here so I can look at you forever and stuff. But they didn't really like come at you. They were just catcalling, which is usual anywhere I've been in Europe. So yeah, it was heartbreaking to say goodbye to Morocco, but it was a great trip and I'm so happy I got to experience it. Checking off continent number 3, good experience. I loved it.
Hi, Africa!